gift, the Mary Celeste shuddered violently as the first edge of the squall hit. The wind howled through the rigging like a banshee, and the empty decks became slick with rain and sea spray. Aris and Minerva were in survival mode, a far cry from their comfortable London study. The captain's log mentions abnormal celestial activity right before the disappearance. Aris yelled over the wind, clutching the soggy logbook. A rare conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, causing gravitational stress. Minerva, strapped to the ship's wheel, was battling the helm, trying to keep the brigantine from being capsized by the monstrous waves. Gravitational stress is one thing, Aris, but this storm, it's charging the residual energy in the wheel. Look, the crystalline residue on the ship's wheel was no longer warm. It was crackling with faint blue sparks. The storm, combined with the ship's previous temporal disturbance, was creating the perfect conditions for a power surge. Aris quickly understood. The temporal anomaly was attracted to chaos and powerful natural energy. He looked at the inert Chronos key orb in his hand. Minerva, we don't just need to survive this storm. We need to direct it. Aris shouted. I need you to sail us directly into the eye of the temporal stress point I'm calculating from this log. It's too dangerous, but it's the only way to quickly overload the key. The leap of faith. Minerva's eyes were wide, but she didn't hesitate. She had gone from research assistant to seasoned mariner in a few terrifying hours. Tell me where, Doctor, and hold on tight. Aris used his knowledge of ancient navigation, the skills he had spent his life reading about, to pinpoint a dangerous, specific heading. He wasn't relying on modern GPS. He was relying on centuries-old stellar charts and intuition. Starboard, hard starboard. We need to follow the angle of the mainmast against the crest of that wave. Minerva fought the wheel, her muscles screaming with effort. The ship groaned, plunging down into a trough, water washing completely over the decks. Just as the ship hit the calculated stress point, a blinding flash of blue energy erupted from the ship's wheel, shooting straight toward Aris. It was raw chronological power. Aris threw the inert Chronos key orb into the ascending bolt of energy. There was an ear-splitting crack, and the orb absorbed the energy, glowing white-hot, before settling into a steady, powerful hum. It was fully charged, a hero forged. The storm immediately began to subside, the violent chaos replaced by a strange, sudden calm. They had survived, and they had succeeded. Minerva slumped against the wheel, exhausted but exhilarated. We did it, Aris. We actually navigated a ghost ship through a time storm. Aris held the now pulsating Chronos key. He was no longer the jumpy, purely academic historian. His clothes were soaked, his glasses were crooked, but his eyes held the confident fire of a man who had faced death and won.